I was super tired this one day. I was sitting down on this rooftop with my friend, and I was like, yo, bro, I'm sorry. I just don't really have that much to say. I'm really tired. And he's like, nah, don't worry at all, man. And that night, literally within like 1 or 2 hours, I became so comfortable like being around this guy that naturally the words started to flow. Naturally I wanted to talk, even though I was exhausted, tired. We went to dinner with my parents, and we were literally the whole time at dinner, I kept putting the sunglasses on just because it would make my boy laugh. Just trolling the entire time. My mom got a bit mad. I went and hung out with my boy who was just got back to Hong Kong, and we were going and we met up with two of my other friends. That night was really quite quiet, like nothing special happened. But it was just really nice to spend time with this guy and go to different places and, see how he talks to new people. And already I was noticing like this guy speaks to everybody. He already had made like new friends with my friends on the first night, got along with them well, and then like making new friends with others. But he drank a lot this night. So this night I was like, oh, it's probably better if we go home. I'm tired, you're pretty hammered. He's like, I can stay out. But I'm like, let's just go. I dropped him home in a taxi. The night was amazing, bro. Honestly, even though it was a lot more of a quieter night, when I was with the boys, it felt so much better. Or with this guy specifically. And then about the next day or a few days later, I went to get, the boys came over, my best friend and then the guy from the US came to my house. We all had coffee and we're sitting there for like 3 hours laughing, playing music, trolling. It was so much fun. But it was just such like basic things. I sit in my house in that exact same spot every day, but it's dead as fuck. But with these boys, it was a magical moment just to be downstairs in the kitchen. I was able to be myself all the time. And I remember this was a bit of a strange feeling. And then this one final night where the next day at the end of the holiday when everyone was leaving, we're sitting at this big group dinner, and we're all just, as soon as somebody goes to the bathroom, somebody else downs their pint. And we're all like there having a great time, and one of our friends ended up downing a pint in like 2 seconds, and he threw the whole thing back in the fucking jug. And on the way out, we accidentally broke a glass. Absolutely like tism, right? But it was just like one of the best dinners I'd had. Because for the first time in months, I finally felt happy with who I was. I finally felt like I could speak even if I was tired, no matter what. And that was a really nice feeling, just to know that my boys really liked me. That's the kind of effect that this guy had on my life. And I'm gonna teach you, we're gonna go in depth on like why he's so social, why he makes everyone feel so good around him. I mean, me and my best friend, we would, like the guy from the US, we would like, one night we were with a bunch of other guys, and my best friend and I, we went off. So the guy from the US and one of our friends who hasn't had his first kiss, they go off on their own side quest. We come back and they're like, oh hey, guess who just got there? Fucking first kiss. Fuck. He's just one of those special people who just turns everything they touch into gold. And I'm going to talk about the social skills things he does that makes him what he is, because he's my really good friend. I know exactly like how he operates, or at least from my perspective. As the social skills goat, I'm going to give a fucking quick little judgment on that. And I'm Finn, and I hope I can help you in this video, bro. By the way, join my Discord server if you're interested in like my full social skills written guide. Subscribe, there's plenty of free content. Like and comment if you want to help me out, and let me get in the video. I remember we were in like year 6 at this time. I grew up with this guy as well, by the way, is a clear bit of context. I remember in IT, we had like this, you were designing a house on some platform or some shit online, right? We designed this house, and he did fuck all. He didn't design shit. And I designed okay, to be honest, I also did fuck all. But this guy, he just knew exactly what to say. When he was with the teacher or in the classes, he would always be with his friends and he would always be talking, and I would be kind of like quiet or like trolling on my laptop playing games, right? He got an extension where I got a grade D mark, or my grade got moved down because I took too long to submit. When he just got away with like an extension, I was like, how the fuck can you do that, right? And genuinely, he probably, spoke a bit better and said oh, this happened, this is why I need an extension. But genuinely, you get away with so much shit when you're surrounded by your group of friends. Because everybody was in the dynamic I had. Everybody would like make jokes about me in class. No one respected me. Everyone kind of respected him. They would make jokes, but it was like because they were his friends, you know. No one admits it, but you get treated by if you're around your friends a lot. And honestly, I think the early days of him becoming super social, there's this one story I know, I'll tell you and it'll explain a lot. We were like maybe 5 years old or 6 years old at this time, and we were in the same soccer team. And every session, or at least a couple of sessions, you would bring this massive box of Airheads and go and hand out free candy to a bunch of people. I don't know how. I don't know, like, oh yeah, I remember his parents were like really nice and said like, oh, it's good, like be friendly. And this guy, basically, he was very nice, so everybody always like really liked him from, you know, he just learned to share a few things and then all of a sudden everyone liked him. And on top of that, he was probably one of the better players at soccer or one of the faster runners in our school when we were young. And so from the very age of 5 or 6, everybody liked him, and that made him want to be more social, which made people like him more, which made him want to be more social. That's the positive momentum loop, and he was in that from a young age. I wasn't at all. I was always bad at soccer, and I wasn't like the most preferred guy in the world. Like I don't think I was hated in the primary school or anything, but I like nobody really cared, you know what I mean? It was just like kind of there. Honestly, okay, I can't specifically say this, but wherever we go, oh, actually, I can give you an example. In Australia, when I had turned 18, I would go buy snus once or twice. And what I noticed, whenever I would go on a night out with snus, with like Zins, like nicotine pouches, or it's like a common like thing you put in your gums, and it's like nicotine basically. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's not even as addictive as you might think, but anyways, I would go, and when I would go on a night out, I'd be like, yo, boys, you want? And I'd offer it around. And anybody who likes snus would be like, yo, you're the go. And they'd be like, thank you so much. Just do this with gum, bro. Literally, whenever you go somewhere, hey, you guys want some gum? I've noticed that for myself. Like, when you're talking to somebody, you're like, oh, you want some gum? They hella like you more for that. And, he did this a lot, and I really think it has a massive part. You'd be like, you want a drink, you want some gum, you want me to buy you something, and I think it's like very good class, and good people will really like you for doing that. In school, they might not appreciate it as much though, but it's really, actually no, they do appreciate it in school. It's just like, they won't always like show it very well, or they're immature, but eventually it comes around and you get like this invisible reputation of people really like you, and things start to go better in your life. And you don't attribute it to, oh, these little kind gestures I would do, oh, I was very friendly every day. We attribute it to other things, but like luck. But really, it was like these small things we did that racked up like some good karma over a period of time. And then now it's like we're being paid it back in a weird way. I remember he was visiting Hong Kong, and he was like, a lot of friends wouldn't be down to do much, but I was like, oh, do you want to do this? He's like, yeah, bro, Finn, I'm with you, man. Just text me what we're doing and I'm there. So that's what I did. He came to everything I invited him to. Be super easygoing in the sense like you're always trying to just have a good time. You're just like trying to make your boys happy. When your boys are like quiet and tired, just try not to annoy them. Like you're not gonna be annoying unless you're like pushing something. Like if your boy doesn't want to drink, you don't need to like push it like 100 times. You know what I mean? That's like kind of annoying. It's pretty easy to not be annoying, to be honest. Just don't like give people space. That's it. Then you're not annoying. It's very simple. But yeah, dude, being super easygoing. Like I want to move on to the next point because there's not much else to say. It's just a personality style. Just be okay with things not always going your way. Like learn how to share and all this shit. I feel like this is small shit we learn when we're young, but I think it's a massive impact. And obviously, like he doesn't quite struggle with the conversation aspect of things, which is why I go into that in such detail on my own YouTube videos. But obviously, since I'm like talking about my boy, hold on, I got something in my pocket. What the fuck is that sound? Whatever. Since I'm the one who struggled with like social skills when I was young, that advice helps me. But I'm telling you, like, the aim for me has been to get to like social skills that are similar to his level, because I don't know how he does it, but just wherever he is, he's having the best time. And I have gotten there. I know exactly how he does it, but I'm just telling you some more big lessons. And you know, I'm just gonna tell you 2 or 3 things he gets away with as like benefits of being a super social guy. He's told me this personally. I don't want to say specifically his name or anything, He has gotten away with like being stopped by officers 5 times for speeding and not getting fined a single time. He didn't get in trouble because like he fucked up and did some stupid shit at school, but he didn't get in trouble because he's like kind of friends with the principal, and the principal thinks he's a great kid. And he was a great guy. He always had my back when I called him when I was going through shit. And I think this is like the perfect example of a friend we need to be like. And he wasn't that good looking. He was just a good guy. And if you want more advice on becoming like that kind of person, that kind of like personality, click the link in the description and join my Discord. Full social skills written guide. If not, subscribe. There's plenty of free content. Have a good day, bro. Like and comment.